And
hey guys! Yeah, everyone's popping on. Hey guys, it's Top Income Team Tonight Live coming at you. It's like Saturday Night Live. So,
wow.
Yeah, it is Saturday Night Live. And it pretty much feels that way because it's we're having fun. We were just having a few laughs before we popped on here. So we wanted to come on just to let you know we didn't, ditch you guys. We're here. We're still waiting for some more people to come on, but we'll continue on until they do. So this is Kimberly Tilley saying hey, and thank you guys for joining us on a Saturday night. And I will let the rest of the panel introduce themselves until you can give a little part of your story or whatever you feel like tonight. It's kind of, go with the flow.
That sounds good. Oh, thank you, Kimberly.
And everyone's silent.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
So, Michael, do you want to start with we'll do short introductions of who we are. While you're introducing, it'll kind of give Jesse and Daryl an idea of how they want to introduce themselves. And then once we're all done, then I'll come back and kind of set the stage for what we're going to talk about tonight. Is that okay?
Sounds perfect, Susan. Thank you. Hi there. I am Michael Leedy. And, gosh, what do you say for a quick intro? Long story short, I'm one of those people who actually knew nothing about being an online marketer or doing anything with online 2 years ago. I knew absolutely nothing. All I knew was the music industry, which was a job that I had worked for 10 years. And I knew it well, and I was really good at it, and it stressed me out, and it burned me out, and I needed a change, and then marketing fell into my lap after I returned from traveling and resetting my soul. That's the nutshell of it. It's been an interesting 2 years because there's a lot of skills that you want to learn when you get started. And Susan has been a mentor of mine for a while. We actually met about a year ago. We've just actually been friends. And then when this came along, she says, "I'd like you to take a look at this." And I looked at it and went, "Oh my gosh." Finally, a system that doesn't distract people from what they're already doing. It actually helps them with what they're doing. This is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And so that's why I'm here, is because I'm excited to help others with their marketing, with getting their purpose out there and sharing. And I found LSN as the perfect vehicle for me to do that. This is a quick intro, so I will stop there because I can tend to be very long-winded. And yeah, so nice to meet you, and thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us today. Next.
That was awesome. Before we carry on, for those of you that are in the group, in the Facebook group, could you please, you might be watching this on our team page, but if you're watching it live, could you just pop over into the Facebook group, and there's a new post there. And could you just say hello, yay, something?
Yeah, get some activity.
Yeah.
Let us know you're live and with us.
Yeah.
Interaction.
Exactly. And there's 2 questions. Who's here, and do you know how to make ice cream?
Oh my gosh, my friend Dana makes ice cream.
Really?
Yes, like from scratch.
It's so good.
Buy ice cream.
It can turn out kind of crystally.
I don't ever eat it because I'm a lactard.
Oh,
Oh man, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You find out all kinds of things on these hangouts.
Oh, believe me, Michael Lee has no filters. But that's for a different day.
That's a different hangout.
Okay, so Jesse, are you ready, willing, and able to introduce yourself?
All of the above.
All right.
All of the above. First of all, I want to say excellent panel here. I appreciate all of you, and I thank you for allowing me on this panel. I am a self-proclaimed online sponge, if you will. I'm taking it all in, and I'm learning as much as I can, and I'm locking arms with some serious leaders here, and it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of the top income team with the Lead System Network. Um, you know, for someone who is new like me, flat out, you know, I've found a system and I found a team who I can really latch onto and um, leverage, you know, use to my advantage and to be able to help other people without trying to take them away from what they're already working on. I know as an offline marketer, I'm really focused on where I'm at, who I'm working with, and what I'm trying to accomplish. And the last thing I need is some yahoos over here yip-yapping in my ear trying to take me away from what I'm already working on, trying to recruit me into something else. And I'm like, you know, I like to work with people, but I'm focused, you know. And so when I got introduced to LSN, because I'm looking into online marketing, and I know that we have such a huge market out there, and there's just so much more exposure online, and to be able to use LSN's back office and use the available tools for my existing business, and to be able to find that common interest with other marketers, it allows me to be able to conversate and work with other people, not just, you know, marketers who are in my business. So it's really cool. I'm learning a lot, and I'm gonna pass it over to whoever's next.
Awesome. So Jesse, you're doing an offline business, is that correct? Like an MLM?
Well, that's how I first started network marketing, was offline. The old school belly to belly, you know, house parties and hotel meetings and Starbucks meetings and stuff like that. And awesome experience. I met a bunch of really awesome people, and
it teaches you how to network.
Yeah, exactly. But I see something with online marketing. I mean, you still talk to people, you still meet people, you still have to, you know, build relationships with people. But to be able to get in front of such a larger audience online, I mean, I just see the numbers just blowing up like crazy. And so I've taken it upon myself to go on ahead and see what else is out there, and I've locked arms with some solid leaders who have experience with online marketing, and there's no turning back now.
Awesome.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, I know from just seeing you in the group that you have, number one, the mindset for, you know, this business, because there's a reason why only 3% make it. And number one being mindset. You have to have that mindset to be able to put the grind in and to work. And it's like Michael said, he came online 2 years ago and didn't have a clue what he was doing. Susan and I, very, very similar situation. We grind it out. We still do. And when you join something new, that's what it takes in the beginning, because you're learning something new. So I want to just congratulate you for doing that and being such a positive influence in the group and always having such great energy. So thank you so much for being here tonight. We're honored to have you on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'd like to add to that when you said that you're a sponge, Jesse, you were not exaggerating at all, because every single thing that I personally have shared with you, it's obvious that you just run and take action on it right away, and it shows just in the few weeks that I've been getting to know you, and I can tell what you're applying from the other leaders that you're talking to. So I'm looking forward to watching you. It's definitely a leader, and I can see you being very powerful in the recruiting part of it, because you've got that energy that is going to attract people just like you who want it just as bad. Yep.
Awesome. I really appreciate those compliments. It's called network marketing. It's not called net play marketing, net marketing, net whenever I feel like it marketing. This is network marketing. You put in the work and you get results. Bottom line. So let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And thank you, Michael. I see you're watching that post there and responding. Thank you. Daryl.
Hey, hey.
Mr.
So glad
Parrish.
to meet you and see you on the panel. So tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, it's awesome to be up here with you guys. Jesse threw me a little bit of a curveball. He didn't tell me I was going to be on the panel, but anytime I see Kimberly Tilley, I know I'm in the right place. It's great to meet. Is it Michael? It's great to meet him as well. Yeah, my story. I've been in the profession of network marketing for the last 13. This year will be 14 years. Been blessed to be full time the last 7 years, and LSN, man, it's so simple. I mean, I shouldn't say so simple. It the reason what attracted me to LSN was having everything under one umbrella. What I see in the market space or the marketplace now is people are getting pulled in so many different directions because their leadership may not be providing the tools that they need to have success online or even really in the traditional offline, network marketing. And with the use of Facebook now, you're seeing folks from all ages and all different walks of life having success. And so that's, enticing to someone who may be struggling, going out and doing what their company system tells them that they have to do. And so, my experience is there's no one way to build a business. So if you call yourself a leader in this profession or in this industry, you need to be providing the type of tools to your folks so that they can stay in-house and stay plugged in with their leadership versus learning, things like, how to build a lead capture page over here and how to generate traffic over there. And they're just getting pulled in so many different directions. So when I got a chance to take a look at LSN and say, hey, this is all under one umbrella, and if you get your leadership involved or show them something, here's a great chance for you to keep your group together and not get them pulled in so many different directions and joining so many different businesses out there. So that, and then the aspect of when I'm talking with another person that's in another company, their defenses don't go up because I'm not coming at them in the tone of you need to join me to do business or to learn this specific technique. So it's a totally comfortable conversation where I can help a person without them being threatened by, is this guy trying to recruit me out of my deal? So that's what I saw in it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's a pretty awesome story, actually. So glad that you came out here on the panel today because I didn't know all of this about you, and at least 5 or 7 light bulbs are going off as to some stuff that I'm going to direct at you and pull you into the group. So you just walked yourself into some action.
Oh.
Look out now.
Let's do it.
Sorry, that's just how I roll. I immediately zone into people's, that's a strength. Oh, they can bring this, and so you just did that. So thank you. Thrilled to have you.
Whatever I can do, I tell everyone, whatever I can do to help, short of me going to jail for you, I'm down to help.
All right. Okay, so you just walked into what I want to say now. Unless, Kimberly, do you have something to
No,
say?
I just wanted to say that what Daryl said goes along with why Clinton wanted to build LSN to begin with. It's what he says all the time. And it's so refreshing to hear somebody that's been in the industry for 14 years to say that, that he finally has a system that he can help his team with or help other leaders show to their team so that they can succeed online, because that is usually one of the greatest hurdles. There's so much technical stuff to learn that people just don't stick with it. And with LSN, it's like you said, it's all under one umbrella. It's one platform. Everything is right there. So whatever you need, you can access in one back office, and the training is all there. So the leaders can train their people. They can start their groups and do things like that, and they're not being pulled in every different direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really cool, Daryl, that you shared that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will let Miss Susan, I know she's got something on her mind now.
It's all like
she's got to get off.
It's just running full speed right now.
Smoke's coming out of her ears.
Anyway, hi everybody. For anybody that doesn't know me, I'm Susan Batchelder. I will tell you a little bit about me afterwards because I really have a burning desire to say this. And it's the reason why we're all here. It's the reason why we came here. And the stories that you just heard, the little small droplet of pieces of these three gentlemen that joined our panel tonight is a complete demonstration of why we're all here, the purpose, the vision of Clinton Ashley bringing LSN to us, and the vision that we've adopted as the top income team. And there's a reason why we adopted that vision, even though we've just come out of a chaotic kind of month of frustration in the month of June, and we'll come back to that point. We're still in the same place. We haven't adjusted at all. So if you've heard this vision before, that's great. And if you haven't heard it, I'm going to tell you again, and we're all going to tell you again and again, because that's how we stay right where we are. That's how we stand solid, is by being very clear on our vision. So we should each have our own personal vision, but we should also make sure that as a team, as a group, that we have a vision. And it's about people helping people. It's about having a product in a place that just makes sense within the industry. We're all selling the same thing, and that's freedom, that's abundance, that's working together. And the only way we can really do that is if we have a vision and work together, come together. We didn't discuss a lot of the details of this hangout tonight, and if you have a second to go and look at the event that Kimberly put today, she put Mastermind. We didn't say that it was going to be a mastermind, but the thing is, we all are talking the same language. We know that we're going to be open to everybody's ideas. We know that we're going to embrace the knowledge that everybody brings in, and that's what a mastermind is. So that's what we do every time that we get together. We are the same. We deliver the same message, each with our own personal strengths and skills and greatness. And we appreciate and respect that each of us has greatness within us, and we bring it and honor each other's. If you don't know that you have greatness within you, we're going to find it, and we're going to either pull it out of you or push you into it. Because that's what we're about. Some of us a little bit more aggressively than others, but that's essentially why we're here and what we're about. So if there's questions, bring them out in the open, talk about them. We will find the answer if we don't have it. That's our vision, is to lift everyone up. No one gets left behind.
Mm-hmm. Perfect, awesome. Susan. Awesome.
Anything to add? Did I miss anything there? It's like,
no.
I'm going to hurry up and say this. I don't even know if it's making sense.
No, it makes total sense. I mean, that is why we're here. A lot of people have questions. June was, a lot of people were uneasy, unsure, still not quite sure how things are playing out. So that's what we wanted to come on tonight, to answer any questions that anybody in the group has, or anybody out there that's looking at LSN and is thinking about joining. They're more than, go ahead and put your questions in. We'd love to help you out and answer whatever we can. And like Susan said, if we can't answer it tonight, we'll find the answers for you.
Yeah, we're committed to doing that. We're going to continue to bring you stories. There's past hangouts, which we're going to make them available on one of the team, like a separate page on the topincometeam.com website. We'll have a past hangouts, because we've already created some pretty cool testimonial stories, and we're just getting started. There's definitely more to come. So I am going to just step back a little bit and tell you just a little bit about me, and then Kimberly, I would like to hear a little bit about you so that the people watching can know who we are and why we're here, and maybe what we have to offer.
Absolutely.
So I came online just a little over 2 years ago. I guess it's like 2 years and 3 months now, not much more than 2 years. And I didn't do any marketing before that. I knew nothing about it. I was a critical care registered nurse for 15 years, so that's all I knew. Direct people, bedside care, and I actually was an adrenaline junkie, though, at work. I loved the the high pace, the heat of the moment, kind of excitement of getting somebody's heart going again or helping them breathe. So that's where I came from. In 2005, so 9 years ago, I was in a car accident and I wasn't able to go back to work. So there was a few years where I had no idea what I was going to do, and then I landed online. My first few months, I did all technical stuff, selling affiliate products and building websites, and no people interaction, no social media or anything. And once I got into this aspect of it and engaging with people and stuff, that's where I found my place, but I still had no idea really how. I thought I had to change still. Like, I thought I had to become a marketer. Then I had a revelation, an eye-opening aha moment, and I realized that I could just be me, and I could, all the energy and the skills and the strategy that I placed into my nursing, the thought processes, the planning, the evaluation, all of that, I could just switch it, just do a little bit of a shift and apply that to marketing. So some of the training and coaching that I'll come out with might sound like it's coming out from left field, but if you listen to the end, it will make sense. I'm just coming at it from a different angle is all. So I definitely do it from a wholehearted approach. So it's different, and that's why it fits well with Kimberly, and that's why it fits well with, we have Jason. He's not present tonight because he's moving this week, but he's got, similar to Daryl's story actually, he's got a long history of marketing, so he's kind of got that bird's eye view. And then we have Peter, who actually leaped LSM before anyone else, so he's the first one. He's started our group, and he's got an incredible skill of the technical background. He builds websites. He's, I'm going to forget the title because it's really long words, a panoramic something photographer. So he brings us some unique technical stuff, and he's also a rock band player, so he plays that.
He's a rock star.
He's a rock star.
He's a rock star.
We call each other rock stars, but he's our true rock star.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a little bit about me, and that's why the eclectic collection of leaders, and all throughout our team, we haven't even been able to pull out and highlight all the leaders that we have. I actually have a secret little list that I've been collecting, and we're full of, our team is actually full of leaders. So I'm really looking forward to the next 3 months. Is going to really demonstrate what is possible. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, just ask some questions and watch us for a while, and we're pretty transparent. So I think that's all I have to say. Kimberly, tell us about you.
All right. Me. Where should I start? My story is very similar to Susan's, except mine was in the medical industry for medical aesthetics, so plastic surgery, different things like that. And I worked with very high-end professionals, high-end clinics where, you know, Hollywood stars would kind of come in their limos and, you know, get stuff done. And I was there to prep them for pre-op and post-op, and I did a lot of laser. So very similar to Susan. So you build that relationship, that trust with people. And I then got pregnant with my son, and after I had him, I decided I don't want to go back to work. I want to stay home and raise him because I don't want somebody else doing it. And shortly thereafter, he was about 2 years old, and I had a car accident as well. And I could not go back to work. And then you kind of get depressed, and you're like, okay, what's my purpose? What do I have to offer? And a really good friend of mine that I went to school with called me up, and her dad, or her stepdad, I should say, was in the industry back in the new skin days, and he's a multi-millionaire. And I always looked at it and thought, wow, you know, I'd love to know what they do. And I just didn't even care what it was. I was just like, if he ever comes out of retirement, let me know. So one day, lo and behold, the phone rang, and she said, Mark's coming out of retirement. And it's Mark Yarnell. He was my first mentor in the industry. And if you don't know who he is, he wrote Your First Year in Network Marketing. So most people kind of have that book as their Bible when they start in the industry in network marketing. So he was my first mentor. So I was very, very fortunate, blessed to have him show me the way. But it was an offline way. I was doing all offline marketing. And it was tough because it was very time consuming. It was a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings, just like, you know, Daryl said, it's a lot of belly to belly stuff, and like Jesse said too, Starbucks, different things like that. And I had a son at home, so I couldn't really do that. So I went online to see how I could help my business grow online. But then I came across all the technical stuff, and that freaked me out. I was just like, okay, I am not technical. I could not literally copy and paste. I didn't know how to do that. When they said copy paste, I didn't know. I didn't let on that I didn't know, because I would go on to Google or YouTube and figure it out. And that's where I decided, okay, if I'm going onto YouTube and looking for this stuff, maybe that's where I should be. So I decided to do video, because I thought it's the video age. I mean, you see kids, everyone has video channels now. Even my son, he does his own videos of reviews on Skylanders or whatever new video game that comes out, and he's only 8. So that's where I landed with video. And I still struggled. I still was like Susan. I couldn't figure out where my place was. I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do or what my purpose was. And I went to an event. And that event changed my life, because I had so many people coming up to me that already knew me. They knew my name, they knew my background, they knew everything about me. They wanted to take pictures with me, do videos with me, and I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I thought, this is my purpose. My purpose online and to what I'm doing is to help others. This is what I'm here for. It's not about me building myself. It's about me helping others to build their business and teach them how to do it, and to just step out of their comfort zone, just that little tiny bit, because at first I was scared to do video too. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was pretty transparent about it. I would say, you know what, guys, I really don't know, but I'm doing it anyway. And that's how I came online, and I love people. I love building relationships, so it just comes so natural to me. And I'm a connector of sorts, so I just connected with the right people at the right time in my career online, and it's been amazing. I can't imagine ever going to do anything else, and that's why when I met Susan, our visions were so similar. It was unbelievable, and she had said to me, Kimberly, I don't know what it is, but I know we are going to work together. Not sure what it is yet, but it's going to happen. And sure enough, she came upon something, and when Susan says something to you, like she said, she's not a recruiter, she's not a promoter, she's not that type of person, and she really analyzes everything before she does something. And when she put the link in my inbox, I just did it. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I said, okay, I want to work with you. And she had told me she was looking at the company for 7 to 8 months, was waiting for something to happen, and I just knew right away. We hadn't met Clinton and Ashley at that point. We really knew nothing about the company at that point. We just knew that we had a vision that fit and that we wanted to help other people make it online. And we thought that LSN was the perfect vehicle to help them do it. And that's what we're doing. And that is our vision. And we are in it to win. And whoever has started with us or is thinking about joining us at this point, guys, I know there's some stuff going on right now, but you have no idea what the future holds. We do, because we've seen it. We talked to Clinton and Ashley and Ken behind the scenes, and we know what they have planned out. So they think, I was saying to Susan as well, they think more business-minded. They're more entrepreneurial, so they think of offline. So think Apple. Think about all the big businesses out there that have launched in the past. This is not just, your everyday run-of-the-mill online marketing program. This is going to change so many lives, and it's just the beginning. Like, we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg yet. So the comp plan is incredible, and we're just starting to see that as well. I mean, we haven't seen the whole picture yet. So if you guys, are tough-skinned and you're willing to get in there and grind it out too, we're going to be here for you. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. So that's what I wanted to say. And I'm so blessed to be on this panel with all of you guys tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.
I have, if it's okay with you, the first questions I'm going to ask are questions that were kind of brewing through the week. So I'll start with those, and then we'll see if any more questions have popped in through the, in the group or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I'll go look in the group as well.
Okay, awesome. So one of the main questions that's been asked, especially this last week, is, and understandably so, when are all the tools going to be functioning smoothly, and then specific details about each tool. I see my internet is having trouble. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So for that question, we don't have a specific answer. But if it makes you feel any better, we do directly communicate with Clint and Ashley, or either one or the other one, or both of them. So what we try to do is I'll check with Jason and see if he's already, because he more often will communicate with them. So it's rather than doing what actually happens to us and have multiple people in our inbox on the same topic, or one person inboxing all of us on the same issue. So we try to cooperate and just bring them kind of a bulk or a list of questions all at the same time. And a couple times we've actually got in a Skype meeting or whatever with them so that it can be discussed and we can walk away with answers. So just so you know that it's not being not dealt with, but if we don't have any concrete answers, we don't come back to you. And the tools, especially the emailer and the pro mailer, they were working quite smoothly for a stretch, and then the last couple days I had some people mention that they weren't working as well, so they're probably being upgraded again. That will come. It is technical glitches, and as frustrating as it is, that's kind of all we got, and so either take note, of course, bring them into the questions thread. We can even, if it benefits everybody, we can make a specific thread to talk about troubles, challenges, or questions specific to the tools, if that helps zoom in a little bit more. However, the organization of the group helps us get through those kind of questions. Just do it that way. Then another really important one that I want to address, because it's super important with how we move forward, and that's the reseller fee. So the reseller fee was first paid on the 2nd of June. So it was due to be repaid the next month on July 2nd. Some people needed to either change payment methods, or it didn't go through for whatever reason. And in the back office, it wasn't clear how to change your payment method, and there was no availability to change your payment method on just the reseller. There was on the products, but the reseller fee, there was no way to manually go in and say, I want this credit card used instead, or to manually pay it if it got missed for some reason. So that is specifically being addressed. That being said, if your reseller fee is not paid as of now, it'll show you as inactive. But since they know that there's a problem, they're going to fix it, and you're not going to drop out of your spot. So that's probably a bit why they're delayed on the compression of the matrix. I'm I'm not sure. I try to keep the questions simple so I can come back with a simple answer, and it just is what it is. So if your reseller fee is not paid, they're completely aware and working on it. Was there another big question? I think those were the two biggest.
Those were the main ones. Yeah.
So, and then the other thing I did is just an hour before coming on here, I wanted something solid to bring to you guys live. So I just jumped into Ashley's inbox and I said, okay, we've got a lot of questions, a lot of stuff going on. We're doing a live hangout. Can you answer this one question so I can bring it? And that is, where is the matrix compression at? Like, how close is it to happening? And is team bonus pay, it was coming out today, is it happening today? And she said they were actively working on it, and it should be available. It might even be available if one of you wants to sign on right now and see if it went into your e-wallet or something. We could give that. But she said for sure tonight it is happening. So that's what I have with that.
And would that show in our LSN back office, or would we have to go directly to the e-wallet website?
Both places, actually. Good thing you said that, Jesse. Both places should be checked. So check in the commissions in the back office, and then also sign into the e-wallet.
Okay, cool. And I also wanted to kind of chime in on that too a little bit. It's called a pre-launch for a reason. I mean,
beta, yeah, pre-launch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, I mean, we have a private Facebook group. We are a team, and whoever chooses to keep in close contact with other members of our group on Facebook, especially, will be fully aware of all new changes or new updates or new testimonies or new trainings or whatever you need to know is available to you on our Facebook group. I'm on there every day, and I look and I see who's posting, I see what's happening, and if I have any questions, I ask the people in my team. I mean, it's pretty simple, and Susan and Kimberly and Mike now. Mike, I'm going to use you as a tool now also because we formally met, but so heads up on that. but I stay connected. And I figure it out. I was taught a long time ago that all greatness goes through 3 phases, and I'm sure you've all already heard about this, but they go through 3 phases. All great opportunities. The first phase is it's opposed to, like, yeah, right, that's not going to work, and then the second step is it becomes ridiculed. Like, oh, how's that LSN working out for you? You making $1 million yet? And then the final step is it becomes proven, self-evident, right? And then it's like, then finally they're like, wow, this really works. It's really working out. It's awesome. How do I join? What do I do? And now everyone believes in it now. Well, the real opportunity a lot of people miss happens within the first 2 phases. Once it becomes proven self-evident, the opportunities are, it's like, so that's I don't know if that kind of makes sense to you, but when I seen LSN, I've seen it, and the people behind the scenes, I've seen it, jumped in right away. It's not a mystery, so I feel like we're all in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and that's what Ashley said too. The people that are in right now, the trailblazers, the people that are in there in the ditches with us and are willing to just go through all the struggles. The founders will be so happy. Like a year from now, people will look at us and say, oh gosh, I wish I knew about it then when you guys got in. I hear that all the time, like from other things that I've been in. They say that. Oh, I wish I was one of the founders. I wish I would have had that opportunity. but not everybody has the guts to do that in the beginning. So for all the people that have had the guts to do it and to get in and to stick it out, I applaud you, because great things are in store. That's for sure. And we know this because, like Susan said, we are in very close contact with Ashley and Clinton. And, I mean, there's some things that we can't talk about, of course, because they don't have it released yet and things like that. But, yeah, there's amazing things in store. And for the glitches and different things like that, they're implementing so many new things. They just had 2 new guys on the 1-month hangout that just decided to join LSN. And they're going to be doing a lot of blogging and a lot of stuff with the WordPress. So I'm sure they're working on a lot of that as well. So it takes time to do all of the programming and all of those things. So I know that they're going to get it all worked out, and they're going to make it simple. They want to make it very, very simplified so that even if you're just brand new to coming online, you're going to be able to succeed. And for the group, I just want to say, when I first joined this industry, if I had a group like we have, oh my gosh, it would have been, there's a no-fail, because like Jesse said, you just go in there and you plug into the group. All you have to do when you get somebody new that joins you, plug them into the group. Then you can go on to your 80% recruiting and getting new people and showing new people. Just plug them in, help them to see how it's all laid out. It's pretty much a step-by-step form that we've done for you. And you have freedom to do whatever you need to do. So that's the awesome thing about having the group and the training that's in there. It's phenomenal. I can't even explain the things that are in there that I wish that I would have had when I first started. We take it for granted now because, you know, we've been online and we don't realize it. But just the simple little things like how to set up your autoresponder or anything like that, a capture page. I know people that are on my team that had no online experience at all, and they were able to go back there and set up campaigns and set up capture pages and everything. And I was just shocked. It blew my mind because for me to think when I started, there was nothing available like that for me. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really awesome.
I tell people a lot of times, you know, quit wanting what you don't want. You know, it's funny when people like complain or gripe about some really small things that if they're not in, if those things, just let me ask you this: are you better today than you were last week? Hopefully so. Or last year. If you can't look back at who you were last year and really laugh, then you probably haven't grown. And so when you're in a launch and there's some glitches in the matrix, that's a good thing because things are happening. If you join a company or you get involved in something and you're able to call customer service and they pick up on half a ring, that's a red flag. That's actually bad news because the company's not growing. You know, if you're able to staff your whole customer service department with 2 people and they pick up the phone every time you call, they're not doing anything. But when there's people going in the system every day, or you're crashing the system because there's so much growth happening and so much activity, and you get on the phone with customer service and there's a 30-minute wait or a 20-minute wait, yeah, it might be a little bit annoying, but you would rather have that because there's something happening versus you being able to just log into a system and everything is working right out of the gate. 9 times out of 10, when that's happening, that system is really not probably worth 2 dead flies. But when you have something like what we have here, if there's a glitch in the matrix, ride with it. You grow through it. Don't go through it. Don't go through it. Grow through it. If that makes sense.
It does make sense, and it kind of fits what Ken.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Go and grow.
Yeah, go and grow. That's what Ken says all the time. That's his tagline. Go and grow.
Exactly.
So,
I have a request, and actually this is unplanned. So Michael, just if you're not in the mindset to do this, then just say so.
Uh-oh.
Michael has a really great way of explaining this, and let me step back a little bit again and just set the stage a little bit. Our first hangout that the topic was lead system network. This is before launch. This is during the leak phase, and Michael and I had a long hangout, and we talked about who lead system network makes sense for. And so we divided up the target audience into they're large chunks, but kind of in three different, I guess you could say conversations, because I'm really big at targeting our audience. If we're just out there stabbing in the dark, we're going to get a bunch of a really eclectic team that we don't know how to speak to them. So anyway, so we broke this up into three different groups, and then Michael came at it from the other direction and also broke it up to the people that would like to be customers and just use the tools to build their existing opportunity or business. And then the ones that I think all of us are on the panel are pretty much like that are going to like dive in, embrace the vision, and use it for both ways, both angles, and just kind of build an entire team around that. So would you like to talk on that, Michael? Take it from whatever direction you want, because I know I just pulled you out here. It's just you're really good at articulating and explaining the details of it. So there you go.
Okay.
And I apologize. This is what I do, you guys. So
yeah. So you basically go over like the different kind of mindsets that we're speaking from. This is what we're looking for.
Yeah, like the three different artists, the three different target audiences that, like the newbies, the frustrated, struggling marketer, and then the seasoned marketer, and why LSN makes sense. And then you can go to the other two if you like. And there's a reason for this. Actually two reasons, and I'll say that first before he starts. The first reason is that if you're already in our team, you're already paid, and you're feeling the frustration, the confusion, and the questions, and you're not really clear on, okay, what do I do now? How do I talk to these people? And I know we've talked about this, and there's videos in the group, but how about just hear it fresh and live while you're on the Hangout? Again, who is your target audience? Who does LSM make sense to? And then just go and talk to those people with that in your mind. And the second reason is, what if somebody's on here watching? What if you and our audience are watching and you haven't joined yet, and you're wondering, and you've heard some great stories and testimonials of who we are in the vision, but what are we talking about? What is Lead System Network? So that's the reason.
Okay. So as Susan just broke it down, we've got the newbie, we've got the frustrated, and we've got the seasoned, right? These are the three types of marketers. Which one's the easiest to start with? Okay, so the newbie, the brand new person online, okay, they, what do we need when we're marketing online? We need to have a lead capture page, and we need an autoresponder. Now, there are many people will say you also need a blog. Well, we have that too. A lot of people, if you don't want to futz with the blog, you can use Facebook, right? Because Facebook is a great tool as well. So, like, long story short, the new person will need a lead capture page and an autoresponder. So, Lead System Networks has it, and it's $30 a month. Whereas, like, when I had Aweber, I was paying what? $29.99 a month for that, and for lead pages it was $37 a month. I mean, right there, those two things for $30 a month, I get them both, and the lead capture pages are really sexy, and they are working in a much smoother fashion now. There's little things, but they're working, and they're easy to make. I was just showing I have someone who's joining us soon, and she's like, so how does it work? And I showed her, and she goes, are you serious? Like, she was beside herself, and because I did it, we were hanging out, and I just did it. So anyway, a new person needs that. Okay. If you're a frustrated person and you've been online, a lot of people here have been marketing online, and they've been with systems where you're selling a training system, which is great. I mean, I was with a training type system, a couple of them, where it's a lot of mindset, and we know that's very important because, you know, where some people are going, gosh, I wish I could make $40,000 a year, and I'm like, I want $40,000 a month. So, you know, it's a mindset thing because they're like, well, that's a lot of money. I'm like, not really, not when you're hanging out who I'm hanging with, because I know people who are doing it, and they're like, what? No, that doesn't make sense. It's a whole mindset thing, right? So the frustrated people, a lot of them were in those systems where you sell training, and you don't just sell it, you try to take people away from what they're doing to sell the training. Okay, oh yeah, we'll come and do this, but forget about what you're doing. And that doesn't really sit well with a lot of people, and it doesn't work necessarily either. So the frustrated people are kind of in that situation, right? So those guys can come over here, and finally they can go and they can network the way they've been taught. They can use the skills that they've had, and they can take everything that they've learned and however long that it took them to learn it, and they can apply it with LSN to even help people who just want to use it as a tool and they don't necessarily want to sell it, or if they want to, you know, recruit people in that want to come and do sales as well, right? So we've got the newbie and the frustrated person who's kind of still the newbie, but they're further because they've got a lot of mindset training, right? So we've got those two. And they can both make money from it, even if they just do a direct sale or they do the recruiting sale. Because, I mean, LSN is great just as a tool. You don't need to build a team. It's not necessary, but you can, so why not? Because it helps, especially if you're in the matrix of the pro. Like Force Matrix is sick. So then we have the seasoned marketer. Okay, so now the seasoned marketer, they're going, oh, you know what though? I've got 16,000 leads in my my current autoresponder, and I don't want to move them. I don't want to do things differently. I like lead pages. I like what I'm doing with my text messaging, and they don't mind paying, you know, $250 a month for all their a la carte tools. That's cool. Let them stay. But they know that they're bringing in new people, and these new people are going to need all these tools. So with the seasoned marketer, why not just have LSN for all your new people so that they can get set up and going right away? And they don't need to be reselling LSN. That doesn't need to be the focus. Let's say we're Wake Up Now. Let's say someone's in Wake Up Now and they want to use our autoresponders and our text responders and the post responders. Maybe they're doing something with that. You know, we have all these different responders, and it's amazing, and it's inside of one back office for $30 a month. I mean, come on, hello, right? So let's say they bring someone new on, and they just say, here, use this system. This is your communication system. And then that person starts bringing people into Wake Up Now. And then they go, okay, now you guys need to get started. So then they say, here, use this system. So then they can become an affiliate, and then they can sell it to their team, right? They don't need to be an active promoter like necessarily we are saying, hey, oh, you're doing this? Use LSN. Use LSN. They don't need to do it that way. They can go, hey, I want my team properly set up so that they can capture leads, they can communicate with their leads when they're online, so that when they're marketing their product, they can have all of it right there, and they can build a second stream of income right away. I mean, it's genius, because the thing is, everybody needs that. I'm going to take it a step further. Are you ready for this? This is where it gets real cool.
Before you do, I have one question, Michael. Someone just asked the question, and it fits right in with it. He asked, is it possible to make money as a free member in LSN?
As a free member?
Yes.
Well, because you need to be a paid member. You need to have, if you want to make money, so you're watching, like I'm speaking to you now, right, whoever you are. Yes. If you want to make money, you're going to have to, have the basic system, which is going to be perfect for you to start online, right? So you want to make money, and you're going to need something to sell. So what are you going to sell? Sell the basic membership. Now, to get paid, you're going to need to have an affiliate account, and that's $20 a month. Now, $50 a month to create a business for yourself is real cheap, especially when all the tools you need, you don't need to go outside to get them. They're inside of what you're selling. And so if you become a product of your product, it's like, what's the word I want to say? It's a no-brainer. I mean, because it's there. So right now, a lot of people, they're selling things, right? And they don't have the tools that they need to sell them, so they have to go get the tools, and they pay $20 a month, $30 a month, $67 a month. You know, I mean, it goes on the list, right? I mean, how much were you spending, Kimberly?
On my autoresponder alone, a Weber, it was over 100.
Right.
Just a Weber. And then I had a GVO account as well, and I think that was over 30 by the time, you know, the conversions and everything else. So, yeah, just in an autoresponder, I was spending close to $150 a month.
And
just
that's right?
That's the cost of running a business for me at that point. So when I saw LSN, I'm like, are you kidding me? They're going to have like an autoresponder and capture pages and webinars and Google, everything, live voice broadcasting, everything was built into that $30 tool suite. I think it's over 12 products in the basic tool suite alone.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, to me, it just didn't even make sense. I'm like, something's wrong here. It just doesn't make sense. But it does.
What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So, wait. Anything else, Kimberly, before we move on?
No, that's it. Thank you for answering that question. Thank
Perfect,
you so much.
and I'm glad you were there for that response, because that's a perfect example of how much money people are saving. So you need those tools if you're going to market, and if you want to make money, you got to be set up to sell it, so you have to be a member, okay? So anyway, that's that. Seasoned. Okay, here's the other really cool thing about seasoned marketers, right? We all know that we get members who sign up to market whatever we're promoting, right? And it might not match their vision. They get started. You get them started on the lead system. Let's remember we're talking about that wake up now person, right? So they get their team members started with LSN as their marketing tool suite to market their business, and then they realize that, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't fit my vision. I don't really want to do this. And then they move on to something else. But you know what they kept? They kept their autoresponder system that's connected to the lead capture pages. So they kept all these things, right? So they may hop around from opportunity to opportunity, and they're going to still keep that same autoresponder and lead capture pages. They're going to keep all of those things as they hop around, or they're going to go, wait a minute, I really like this system. Let me just market this. So any way you look at it, if you're a seasoned marketer and you introduce this to your team members to help them market what you brought them in to do, even if they leave that original thing, they're going to still keep this because it's easy. It's everything inside of one back office, and, well, it's simple. It's simple to use, okay? So, gosh, that was kind of long-winded, but I think I covered most of it. Susan, did I miss anything?
The only point that I would like to add, actually, great job, and thank you for jumping into that with no prior warning. The only thing that I would like to add is the seasoned marketer that takes one look, and the way it's set up and the way LSN is presented, delivered, and set up, it just makes sense, and they don't even have to think about it.
Right. It's a no-brainer, once again.
Yeah, that one, because, and maybe at the end, or near the end, actually, Michael and I have something that we've been working on that we'll do a screen share and show you guys, and one of the lines that we use in this is, it was built for entrepreneurs, by entrepreneurs. You can turn it around. It still means the same thing. Lead System Network was built by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, and that's why it just makes sense.
For any business.
Yeah. Yeah,
any
so
business,
that's what I
whether
wanted
it's online, offline, you could have a mom and pop shop, whatever. You could, whatever business you're doing, it doesn't matter. Like Clinton and Ashley, they have the gym. They're using LSN to promote their gym. So they're actually using the tools to promote their business as well. So I think that's what's really cool about it. And that's why they developed it, because they saw a need in the marketplace that needed to be filled. And that's why they built LSN. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So thank you again, Michael. And I want to ask a question of Daryl when you're done, unless you have something else to add, Michael.
No, we pretty much covered it. Continue.
Thank you. Moving on over. Okay, so Daryl, can I please put you on the spot? And my specific question is, you've got years of experience, and it includes online and offline. Could you please, just in discussion format, kind of the same style, and mostly for our audience, anybody of any level, like so for newbies, that frustrated, struggling marketer, and maybe the seasoned marketer, like me, who is not a recruiting guru, what would you say? So you're talking to somebody, you can present it however you like, but you're presenting Lead System Network to somebody. What would you say? How would you start the conversation? How would you lay it all out for them?
That's a tough question because
that's why I asked it. And don't feel pressured, but I asked it because it is not a straightforward answer, and it's good to hear from different people, and I hope that to give our audience some golden nuggets.
Okay. So I'll try. Okay. So for myself, I don't pitch, and I know you weren't asking me to answer it in that fashion, but for me, I like to find out more about the person that I'm speaking with, have some type of connection so that I can see if I can actually help them. But if I've identified that they're having an issue with, say, lead generation or actually target marketing versus throwing a bunch of spaghetti against the wall and hoping something sticks, for that person, I would say, this is. People hope for this type of stuff because it takes so long. There's so many different facets to marketing online that it will take you a long time to really understand or get the concepts down because there's so many different areas. So just in lead generation alone, you've got how to do target marketing, how to target your audience, how to get in front of that audience, how to do a capture page. Where to send them after they click that capture page, and that alone is 5 days worth of training. So why, instead of you now, not saying you don't need to learn that stuff, 5 days worth of training. I mean that it's a lot more than that. But while you're learning those things, you're able to plug right into a system and do them. Of course, you want to go back and get the technical knowledge or get the concept a little bit further within you, but while you're doing that, earn while you learn, and go back in here, and it's almost like a plug-and-play system where you can just click and drag and drop, get your thing set up, and stay in production mode. Instead of getting caught up in the information overload, which is so much of that going on out there on the internet. It can kill your business. It can frustrate you to a point where it will make you quit. Or it will make a person who's not developed the mindset that they have to learn some skills and develop their skill set, that person who's going through that phase, they'll quit. Or they will go on to someone who can point them a little further up the learning curve. So that's what I would say to a new person. Shorten your learning curve, get into earn mode a lot faster. And the retention rate of that, when you get a new person who has no experience, if you can help them create a result, whether it's a paycheck, generating a lead, or some activity that they see something is working, they'll stick around a lot longer with you because you got them a result versus the best NLP person out there that's using all this psychology on them, and here you come and help them create a result out the gate. They're rolling with you. They're rolling with you. For the intermediate person, it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, it's again, there's so much information out there. Depends on what level you are in your business. But one thing I know, and one thing that's been ingrained in me in my experience is The key to really winning in this industry is getting it to duplicate. For one, getting it to grow away from you, so that you, as the intermediate person, you're able to stay in the phase one, which is the recruiting stage or the sponsoring stage, the production stage, and you're not having to turn away from that and provide all this training, and you go into management mode, and you kill your momentum because you stopped what was producing, and you're focusing on managing people, which, we're not in that business model. Of course, we're in the people business, but management, we're not managers. You know what I mean? So that's the good thing for that person. And as far as the advanced marketer, I mean, again, you've got access to tools that it will just greatly increase your retention rate if you're able to keep, like a scenario, if you have a decent-sized team, and some folks want to market online, some folks want to market offline, and you only are teaching belly-to-belly marketing, or you're only teaching videos, and a person who plugs into your system has no interest in doing YouTube videos, but they would rather focus on paid marketing, maybe because they don't have the time to sit down and shoot videos, edit videos, upload videos, do video SEO, and all those type of things. Well, if you don't know how to, if you don't have the systems in place to provide them a way to have success on, say, a Facebook or different paid avenues, you've lost that person. So you're killing your retention. You're almost destroying your own business because you're not providing the resources for any and everyone to plug into or to have success online. So the more tools that you have available for any type of person to come plug into your team and win, you're just helping. You're keeping you're enhancing your retention rate by keeping your folks on. Again, and if they go to another business, like Michael said, if they go to another business, folks are not going to cancel their membership with LSN if they've got 1,000 leads sitting in their back office. That's retention for you as a leader. Whether they go join another business or not, they're not walking away from their list, because if they have any if they have any sense at all, they know the money is in the list, or connecting and converting that list into money. They're not going to walk away from their LSN system because they know they've got 1,000+ leads sitting there. They're going to keep paying that membership. So for you as the leader, with a nice sized organization, you're just increasing your retention rate, and you're allowing folks to have true freedom by not just being told you've got to build a business this one way. So I kind of went all over the place. Hopefully I made some sense to someone, but yeah, this is a great deal here.
Yeah, it makes lots of sense, and especially for the seasoned marketer. How many marketers do I know, and do you know, Daryl, that have been in the industry for years and have recruited and have made lots of money only to see it fall apart and have to rebuild again and fall apart? And it happens all the time, and that's why it's so great what you're saying with retention and not attrition, because that is the biggest thing in this industry, is the attrition rate. You'll get people in the beginning, but do they stay? No, because if they don't have the tools or the means to be able to duplicate it, they're not going to stay. And like you and Michael said, they're going to have the list built there, they're going to have the tools there, they're already going to be paying that, which is so much cheaper than going out there and having it spread all over the place, that the retention rate is going to be that much more, and then your residual income just keeps increasing. And that's what we want. We want big money, time freedom, and the time freedom doesn't come from recruiting every single day. I mean, you want to keep recruiting, but if you can recruit and teach your people how to do that and duplicate it, and then you're building your residual income that way, I think that that's such a much easier plan than recruiting every single day. Because I do CPA marketing as well. And with CPA, it's constant. You're paying for traffic, you're driving traffic, you're selling, you're making money, but that is a constant every single day. You have to be doing it every single day. So it's a different mindset. And for people that are seasoned marketers, they're going to see that for sure when they come in. And like you said, Daryl, if you can see what their problem is and you can provide a solution for that problem, that's what LSN does. So it sells itself, pretty much. You're not pitching anything, which is what Susan and I talked to Clinton and Ashley about, because Clinton said he didn't want a product that was going to sit on the shelf and that you had to sell. He wanted something that people were wanting to buy. They were going to come looking for it. Right. And that's what LSN is. People are going to be looking for it. So they just don't know what's available yet. So that's what we're helping to do. We're helping to share what it is and what it can do for marketers out there, or entrepreneurs, basically. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
This is awesome setup. If I may, real quick, just chime in. I'm feeling so inspired here to, share.
I was coming to you, believe me, but
I felt your presence, and I said I better be proactive here while I have a chance. With LSN, I feel like I don't have to pitch. I'm not a salesman. I'm not trying to, I'm not pitching anything. I'm basically a customer service rep. I'm going to put the information in front of you, and if it makes sense, it makes sense. If not, I'm going to continue on and keep using the tool suite for my own business. So I'm not coming at you with my other opportunities to try to, to take you away from your existing business. This is what I love. I can approach, because when I first started network marketing and then online marketing, there's the more that I interact with people, and I can kind of tell who's a leader, who's rookie, who's who and what's what, kind of sort of. There were a particular rank of marketer or network marketer, online marketer, that I at one point didn't really know if I could approach them or how do I even talk to this person. He's so experienced and so advanced and so committed to his own organization. I felt like we had no conversation, and it was how do I even talk to this guy, you know what I mean? And with LSN, it's it's actually sharpening my interaction with other leaders. I'm able to approach anybody in any organization, in any company, in any opportunity, and basically expose them to something that is going to A, make sense, B, they're going to be able to use no matter what. I mean, 100% of the online marketers who I talk to, look, if you have an online business, you have an online budget. If you have an online budget, I can guarantee you it exceeds $30 a month. So
yes,
let's talk about it. Tell me about a little bit about you. Let me know how much money you're spending each month on your budget. Let me know a little bit. When I had Aweber and these other these other online tool suites, I wasn't even able to, if I would tell somebody else about it, it wasn't like I was going to get paid for it. It wasn't like I was going to get there was no compensation plan attached to Aweber, but if I have a team, if I have a team, I still have to show them something. I still have to help them build a business somehow. Imagine approaching somebody who has, let's just say 100 people in their team, or 1,000, or 20,000 people in their organization, or whatever. Well, let's just say 100 people in your organization. Here we have not only an all-inclusive, very simple tool suite that makes sense, but we also have an all-inclusive tool suite that makes sense with 100% compensation structure. So now, check this out. You have an organization of, we'll just say, 100 people who are marketing on Facebook or some kind of online marketing or something like that. Introduce this system to your team. Guess what? Your existing business blows up because now you have 100 people doing what you're doing, using the same tools that you're using, and you've just now leveraged a second stream of residual income from the same team, from your same team. That to me is mind-blowing. That to me makes sense. Like, I could go back to my team and say, hey, check it out. Here's what I got, da da da, and they use it, and here I am. I'm earning a second stream of residual income from the same. In fact, looking at some other comp plans, you'll probably earn a more significant amount of residual income from your team than with your existing company. So I mean, I can use the income I'm using to fund my campaigns for my other company. I mean, it's just win-win. Hashtag win-win.
It is. Have you guys all seen the Power of 3 video?
Yep.
Have you seen it yet, Michael?
You're on mute.
He says no.
You haven't seen it yet?
I don't think I have seen it. I think I started it, and then I got distracted.
Well, it was just released, so you got.
It's new, so it's in the group. So guys, you need to check that Power of 3 out because it's mind blowing. Like Jesse said, an extra stream of income. Yeah, it's it's way more than that. It's mind-blowing. I haven't seen, and when Jason comes on, he does such a great job of explaining the comp plan. I know I'm not the comp plan expert, but I do know when you see the money and how it duplicates, and like Jesse just said, all you have to do is take it to a leader. I know so many people in the industry, just like me, that, hey, if someone comes to me and says, Kimberly, take a look at this. This is going to help you save, you know, maybe $1,000 a month in your business just from things that you're already using. I can't believe how many leaders just did it for that reason, and then they saw the comp plan behind it. So, yeah, the Power of 3 video blew my mind. I was just like, whoa, I didn't even understand until I saw that. Like, I've seen the comp plan explained and stuff, but that video that Ken does with the Power of 3 really breaks it down. So
now I'm gonna be like going on there and checking.
I know.
Out.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep when I saw it. I'm like, wow, that is whoa.
Where can you find this video at?
And it was just based on the basic and the pro membership, not even the master distributor. So when you do get a chance to look at it and you see the income potential that's there, yeah, you're just gonna want to share it with everybody because it's so simple. Like you said, it's a no-brainer. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Where can you find this video
is
at?
really good to use to present to your prospects. Of course, once you're into the conversation, just to kind of introduce the comp plan. It doesn't go all the way through, but it definitely would be a very good first video to show them before the comp plan videos.
Yes.
The Power of 3 video?
It's short and sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It very much focuses on the number of people that you need to have bringing in to create a phenomenal, sustainable income.
Mm.
Yes.
I want to go back to Daryl. Thank you very much for your answer. And I just have one quick question, just to kind of recap everything that you said. When I asked you that question, did you have a hard time figuring out if it was possible to present Lead System Network as an opportunity to all those groups that you described?
Oh, no. Not at all. I mean, the system.
And that was kind of the big thing. Of course, like you did an awesome answer to it, but that's what I would hope, the golden nugget that I would hope that everybody would take away from it. Essentially, I could just spur the moment, ask someone who has been in marketing for years. So we're talking years of experience. Okay, I just handed you this question. How would you present Lead System Network to to these people, and you went off, and those answers you didn't have to contemplate. Okay, would this be good for this marketer? You had it all right out. It just rolled off your tongue. So thank you for answering that. And I'm sorry if I put you on the spot.
No, not at all. I mean, this the system is awesome. It's for everyone. Anyone that's serious, that's really looking to, this is funny. A lot of people get online and they say, "Oh, I want to help people. I want to help people, and I want to help people," and that's not really the issue. That's not really the case. And this system really allows you to help anyone that's trying to make it online. Whether it's in your primary company or not, you can actually extend, send your link to someone and let them see it for themselves. But it's for everyone. I don't care if you're, if this is your first day online, or if you're, if you're Mac. For those of you that know who, even those type of marketers, they believe in. Folks are out looking right now. If you talk to 10 people and you ask them, would you rather do home parties? And I'm not knocking folks who doing home parties. Yeah, I built some big organizations doing it that way. I just choose not to do it once I got my eyes open to marketing. But if you go to 10 people and you ask them, would you rather do home parties, or would you rather have a real home-based business where you can build it from home versus you being out in Starbucks, in the mall, or gas pump prospecting or whatever? Folks are going to choose the path of least resistance. And if you can offer it to them, most people will choose it that way every time. So to be able to do that with a large group of people, and then also the duplication. The key to duplication is getting a large group of people to do a few simple things, and when they understand it, they can do it. It's just about doing it. So, yeah, this system is for everyone. For the new person, or if you're a seasoned veteran, who wouldn't want more ease of execution for not only for themselves but for their team members? And if you really want to help people, check your ego. Check out this information. If you really want to help your team win, look at this system, and then see you can see some of the culture that's here. It's not a place where you have to be really scared about plugging your people in, because we all have access to the same tools. Plug your folks into those tools and watch your organization blow up. So it's for everyone.
Thank you. And Jesse, I think you said exactly what I thought you might say if I invited you out, so thank you for jumping on it. That just actually shows your character. That's what you always do. You're just jumping right on it. So I definitely, this is awesome. Kimberly, I have something specific for you, and I hope that Jay is Jay going to keep on trying to get on, Michael?
Sorry. 1 second.
I'm
not muted. I'm not muted. Oh, I thought I was. Because I have the air conditioner, so it's kind of like, it's either that or I go shirtless, guys. It's one of the two. Woo! He's trying, but he's having problems with his actual internet. He's pissed.
Okay.
He's even rebooted. He's getting like a spinny thing. He's
okay.
Like, yeah. So I'm
not. As long as you're working on it. And did Bobby get the link, or?
I sent it. Let's see if he.
Just as long as he doesn't think that I'm ignoring him, but I don't want to keep trying to paste when Facebook is blocking me.
He did not see it yet, according to Facebook.
Okay, but it's in there.
It's in there.
Awesome. Okay, good. Cool.
I've got to jump off.
There.
I've got to jump off. My daughter's looking at me crazy. I got to go in here and fix her something to eat. She's looking at me crazy.
Well, thank you for joining. You brought a lot of value.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys for having me. You guys are a great group. Michael, you got rock star energy, brother. Jesse, I'll talk with you later on, brother. And yes, Susan, it was great to meet you. Kimberly, I'll talk to you later on.
Ciao. Bye. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So, Kimberly.
Yes.
Are we all good?
We're good.
Okay. So, can you talk about, and especially this is your thing anyway, but you also, when you introduced yourself and told a little bit about yourself, the audience heard you say how much you do video and that is your thing in your marketing. That's your main marketing strategy. So, can you share with the audience how video marketing as your marketing strategy fits right with these tools? How are these tools going to help you get your video marketing out there? And how are you going to bring people through your video marketing and to the tools? Or something to do with that.
Well, yeah,
however you
because the funny thing is, when I first started with video, I was just putting videos out there. I wasn't capturing the lead, so I was missing building my list that way. Sure, I was building up subscribers and people were following me, but I was missing that step. Whereas you can put up a capture page and you can capture that information, and then with that capture page you then have an autoresponder that you set up, which is all within LSN, that sends out the information for you to your list, which are people just like you and I. I mean, I hate to say list because it makes it sound so, I don't know, because it's people out there just like you and I that are looking for a better way, that maybe can't, you know, find a job, or they're handicapped, or they have some physical problem that they can't go back to work, or they, you know, they have kids and they want to stay home and raise their children, or they're at the retirement phase and their retirement money is not enough to sustain their lifestyle, period, because we all know, even living in Canada, I'm sure the U.S. is much worse, because when I go to the U.S. and I see people in their 70s still working, it blows my mind. I'm just like, that's not what it's supposed to be about. We have the opportunity now, and like Daryl was saying, yeah, we always want to say we want to help, but how do we help? With LSN, we can. You truly can help people because the system is in place to show them how to duplicate exactly what you're doing. Because not everybody can come online and do what I do videos. They don't want to. They may want to stay behind the scenes, and they may not want to do that. LSN gives you those different options to do lots of different things. And like Susan said, when she came online, she did most of the technical stuff. I was like, no, I'm not doing technical. I don't care who I have to pay. I am not doing technical stuff. I'm outsourcing that. And when I first came online, I didn't even know what outsourcing was. I didn't know what traffic was. I didn't know what a capture page was, or a funnel, or anything like that. It was all like, what language is this? So if you're one of those people out there that are like in the same position that I was and had no clue what any of that stuff meant, plugging into LSN will explain it all very simplified for you. It keeps it very, very simple. And not to be biased, but we have an amazing group. The Top Income team, when you plug into our group, we have implemented so many amazing things. I know Susan and Michael have done a boot camp. There are videos in there that we've done. We have 2 different levels, or actually 3 levels, so you can start at the basic level. Then we have the pro. Then we have the masters. And I want to lead back into video because that's what I love. And Susan has created, and I'm going to say this, Susan was creating a product when I first met her. The product has not gone live yet. She held on to the product for some reason. She's like, I don't know why, I don't feel like I'm ready to release it yet. And this is not your everyday video product, guys, let me tell you. It deals with sales psychology. It deals with different niches, or niche if you're in the US. We say niche in Canada. But if you are looking for something like that, Susan is providing her video product. If you get the master's course, to all of our team for free. I mean, you're going to get the master's course anyway, the master distributor course, and that product is going to be in that group. So that if you are interested in video marketing, that's going to be there. But like I said, the product in itself teaches you way more about social syndication. So even if you're on Google, Facebook, or if you're using social media, Susan teaches you how to do that. Mind mapping, the course is unbelievable, and she's offering that to you, as well as a lot of us in the group as leaders are going to be putting things in that group for you guys. We're going to be running solo campaigns for you. So if you're brand new and you don't know how to get leads or generate leads or traffic or anything like that, that's going to be done for you. We will provide you with your first campaign by coming in with the Master Distributors course. And like Susan said, she's not a recruiter, but if she can just tell you how she got on the leaderboard, and it was through solo ads and her technique and how she follows up with people and her copywriting skills, all of that is going to be in that group for you. So if you're brand new, LSN has everything there for you anyway. We're just the bag of chips, pretty much. With our group. So I'm just so ecstatic that I just wish I would have had it when I started. I mean, yeah, I've grown because of it and everything as well, but this is going to propel brand new marketers that are just stepping into the arena. Just coming, maybe you're just going to take a look at LSN tonight, and you're going to start tonight. With the group that we have set up, it's going to get you off at such a faster pace. I mean, Susan shares her solo ed providers that and I mean, I bought a lot of traffic in the years that I've been online. I've spent in the tens of thousands of dollars on traffic. And I still had no clue what I was doing until I met Susan. Really. I did not know how to target market. I didn't know how to follow up and how to just, build your list and how to communicate with your list. That's all taught to you in the group. So I want to say that with video, for me, all of the tools are there, like capture pages. Now I can capture the leads, build my list. I have an autoresponder that responds to all those leads and fills them in daily or however I choose to follow up with them. You can do it twice daily, once. Some people break it down, and Susan has a training on that as well, how to, what do you call that, Susan? What's the word for your list when you divide it up?
Oh, the segregating? The list
segregating? List segregation. So she teaches you that. So there's so much in our group in itself that, I mean, I'm learning every day. I'm still, like Susan was saying, there's so many leaders within our group. I'm learning new things every single day. And, I mean, I have no ego in it. Have I built businesses online? Yes, I have. Have I recruited? Yeah, I have. Do I love doing video? Yes, I do. But the group will teach you how to do those things that much easier so that it doesn't take you the years that it took me and the money that it took me to get to where I am today. So I just think it's phenomenal. And anybody that has a team out there that already has people that are using all of the different tools, if you don't introduce them to LSN, I think you're doing them a disservice because it's so simplified. Everything is just there for them. So you're just passing it on, and then they can go on to build their own teams as well. So the duplication is crazy. So, yeah.
I agree.
I had to put a plug in there for our group because I think it's just amazing. I think our group has given so much value as well. And I know Clinton and Ashley and Ken speak on that a lot. They do, give us a lot of acknowledgement for what we've done because we want to help people. And LSN helps them in itself, even if you don't have any experience, it will. But with our group, we'll get you even on the faster track.
I agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's just it's a great, I think partly because of what LSN stands for and the vision that Clinton Ashley brings, it brings the kind of people that are within that mindset of going and growing and of building, and it's just lots and lots of shiny people are coming around us.
Yeah. There's not a lot of ego in there. You know,
No.
everybody is willing to learn, willing to listen, and willing to be coachable. And
Exactly.
that's basically all you need in this industry, is to have all those things, because no matter what level you're at, there's always something to be learned every single day, because the industry changes every single day.
Yeah, it does. So, and that's one of the questions, that's one of the key questions that we asked Clinton right in the beginning. Where do you see the autoresponder going, and where do you see the whole, like, all of Lead System Network growing? And he said, like, being always ever expanding, there is always room to grow and scale up. So he's thinking long term. Ashley's thinking long term. Like, she has a long list of things that she plans to put in place once this growth phase, the beta phase, gets through and all the glitches get.
Yeah, because you have to have it fixed first before you start to introduce new things. I mean, that's just the way.
Exactly. But they are planning ahead. So I'm going to actually take, since we kind of touched on that topic, I'm going to step back to the chaos of June.
Okay.
Just so our existing paid members, whether you're in our group or you're a paid member within all of Lead System Network, we're essentially all one, but we are building cohesively within our team on purpose. So anyway, so the month of June, it officially launched on June 2nd, and the whole month was full of some unexpected glitches, some expected glitches, and sometimes the tool would work and sometimes it wouldn't. Excuse me. The anticipated phases of going through the phases of the launch, the dates and the timelines got adjusted a bit. So, you know, there was a long list, and you're probably familiar with that list. But, excuse me. Hold on one second. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to touch back on that is because that is not going to stay that way forever. And okay, that is going to stay, I guess. It took my train of thought away. Oh, when we took each of those glitches to Clinton and Ashley, and if they weren't aware of it, they took action right away. And then there was not the last, like the month celebration hangout, but the hangout before. You'd have to go and watch it, because I didn't just rewatch it, so I don't have any quotes in my mind of exactly what they said. But there was a few things that they approached that were, you know, really high and on the priority list and frequently asked questions and concerns. And they just addressed them right away, transparently, and demonstrated that they were taking action on them and were going to repair the glitches. So I guess what I'm trying to say is their actions do speak loudly. There's no expectation that things are going to just roll out as a neat, shiny silver ball in that first 30 days. It's unfortunate, yes. It's frustrating, yeah, for sure. Are we on this panel going anywhere? Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. So if you choose to stand with us, we will help you through all of the glitches, the flows and the grows and all of it. We are just right here, and that's mostly what I want to put across. Not the details, because sometimes we can get stuck focusing on the details when really it's the greater picture that makes sense. I'm going to flip right into my next priority topic here, and that's, what do you do when a bunch of people in your team quit? This is a really valid question, and I I don't even like talking about quitting. Ask Kimberly. I was in her inbox. Like, sometimes I honestly don't know. I'm uncomfortable talking about it because I can't talk about it eloquently. And yet I was told that I still addressed it all right. Anyway, people are going to quit. It doesn't mean that you necessarily did something wrong, but maybe you did. So this is the first thing I would suggest. If 1 or 10 people just quit your team, stop and take inventory. Think about why did you join Lead System Network or whatever program you're focusing on, but just stop and take inventory. Why am I here? Am I here on purpose? Can I do this? Do I know how to do this? Do I have the right resources? Ask yourself all the right questions, all the wrong questions. Question yourself and take inventory. And then look at why these other people quit. You can't control why they quit, but you might be able to fill in or figure out a missing piece of the puzzle to your new people. Don't do that inventory very long, and quickly switch your focus to bringing in new people. So in other words, people quit, do inventory, check, move on to the next person. Because if you're focusing on the people that quit, that's what your energy is going to go to, and you're either going to quit or more of your team is going to quit or whatever. So I am going to say that word one more time, and then I don't want to speak it again. If people on your team quit,
they quit on themselves, though, Susan. Like I said to you, people are going to look for an excuse,
a
reason. It just is. I mean, like I said before, not everybody in this industry is made for this industry. They're just not. There's a reason that there's a small percentage that make it. And it's because, number one, mindset, and what we work on mindset every single day. Do we have bad days? Yeah, we all do. Life happens, every single day. If you guys only knew what goes on in our lives behind the scenes, you'd be like, what? And they still did that, what? And we do it because we care and we believe. We have belief in what we are doing. And we believe in where LSN is going. Absolutely. There's no doubt at all that we have belief in where it's going. It's just that it's hard to make others believe. So it's just kind of, you know what, if you're in it to win and you stick it out and you're willing to do it, we'll help you get there. If not, we're not going to, it's not babysitting, really. We're all grown people. We're adults. I think that's why a lot of new, younger entrepreneurs that are coming into the field, they have such success because they don't really worry about it. It's like they take the ball and run. It's like, I'm going. I don't care what anybody thinks. They just do it. They're not worried about anything else. And I think that a lot of people, that's what they have to do. Don't worry about it so much. Don't get so caught up in the details of it. Like Susan said, sometimes you could just get so caught up in the detail of one thing, one glitch not working. Forget about that. Move on to the next thing. What is working? Don't focus on what's not working. Focus on what is working.
Exactly. And then there's one other reason why people on your team might have quit that I want to highlight as well. And they might quit because it's just not a fit for them, and that's okay. Don't try to make them stay. That's their choice. It's okay. Just like say, good luck, keep in touch, whatever. Keep the line of communication open, and it's okay. So people are you're always going to have people quitting on your team. It's not a terrible thing. It just
no.
Is.
It's all numbers.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for you highlighted on some awesome points there as well, Kimberly. Do you have anything to add on that point, Jesse? I'm not saying that word anymore.
Yeah, I focus on the positive. I mean, in every aspect of my life, there's this massive a downward pull in the, as it is. I don't have time for it in my organization. I don't practice that within my team. I don't coach that, and I'm not receptive to it when it's being, when it's anywhere around me. I run from it. So I only work with positive and motivated, inspirational people. I remain, I make sure to remain teachable, because as soon as I assume that I know it all, and I'm not willing to learn anything from anyone, then I'm a master and I'm perfect, and nobody can tell me anything. So I always remain humble. I remain teachable, and that's the power of working with an organization, especially a positive organization, is you're always learning something, and you're always able to expand the personal development. Speaking for myself, I really reach out to people who have enlightened content, if you will. I know that success has there's this spiritual, like a channel that successful people have tapped into, and I don't know if I'm kind of getting off topic, but yeah, I don't focus on the negative at all. So if you're with the BS, exits that way.
That's true. Yeah, and then a good wrap up for the topic. So speaking of moving on, Michael.
Yes.
We're getting on, we're hugging the 2 hours, and this is about as long as I can bear to be on here. Plus, my daughter is very patiently waiting for a ride. So is it okay if we show our project, which actually the whole team gets to use?
I think so.
We made it for you guys, and it's really, you're going to love it, actually. I
haven't even seen it yet.
No, it's super powerful. I'm actually really impressed.
Do you want to play it from your side, or should I play it?
I don't know how your internet is, but mine is kind of freezing up and stuff. I can on my side, but if you think that you can do a screen share better.
I might be able to hear.
And while Michael is working on that, I just wanted to touch on the aspect of people quitting. I wanted to bring that up again because I did a video a little while back, and if you prepare people when they first come into your organization, whatever you're doing, if you prepare them emotionally for what they are to expect, they're going to get rejected. They're going to have people quit. There's going to be problems in the company. If you prepare them in the beginning emotionally for all of that, they're already equipped and ready for it. So it's not a surprise when it happens. So that's another thing that I really focus on when I bring somebody into my business that's new. I prepare them for that. I say, look, you may be rejected 100 times in one day, but that one person that joins you could be, amazing. So don't focus on the negative parts of it, because I think a lot of times the emotional part of marketing gets left out. And it is a huge part of it because it's not like the corporate world. Online marketing, you're in social media, it's a whole different realm of emotions that come with it. So I do prepare my people emotionally.
Because that is a really good point. And I should say to anybody that's newer, our point of view on quitting we didn't jumpstart to this point of view. So don't think we're not telling you not to feel that pull of energy or that loss when people quit, or not to feel bad about it. To be honest with you, when my first group of people quit, I cried my eyes out. I thought I was a complete failure and that I would never be able to recruit. In fact, it's one of the first things that I often say to people, which I am working on correcting that. In fact, I said when I joined Jason with Lead System Network, I said, mind you, I'm not a recruiter. Make sure you know that. So by me putting it out there, I'll never become a recruiter. But Anyway, that's a side note. I did feel really bad the first time people quit, and I thought it was a complete failure. I got up and tried again, and then you know what? A whole nother team of about 20 people quit again.
Yep. It happens.
And
but prepare, if you prepare your people, right, Susan? When they're first coming in, when they just start with you, just prepare them for that. Let them, say it's normal. It happens in the industry. This is typically what happens. So don't be shocked or don't feel like it's your fault because, like you said, it may not be the correct fit for them. The timing may be off. Something may be going on in their life that's, kind of out of their control. It doesn't mean that it's you. So evaluate the different things that it could be, but be emotionally equipped for sure, and emotionally equip your people that are joining you right from the get-go. I think that's so important because we're emotional beings.
Yeah, we are.
We are. We're so emotional, and we take things, sometimes we could get offended, or sometimes we're hurt, and different things like that. So if you prepare people emotionally, I think half the battle is already won when it comes to marketing.
Something that covers this really well, I'm just going to throw this out there. Eric Worre has an audiobook out. Well, it's a book, but I mean, there's a book called GoPro by Eric Worre. You can get the reading pages book, right? But I'm saying get the audio and listen to it because oh my gosh, he covers it too, just like what Kimberly was saying. It's like right up front, and he goes through different scenarios. It's a really easy listen, guys, and you can loop it. It's like $7 on Audible. Get GoPro and just loop it. Loop it. Okay, that's my little thing there.
Awesome. Are you ready to screen share with our little small piece of work?
Little video here. It's right here. This.
So you guys are ready for awesomeness, because I rarely hype something up, but this is the bomb.
I think if I just click this, can you see the thing? Can you see it?
Yes,
it's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. I'm gonna click your screen so it stays on your screen.
Tell me when.
Jesse, are you watching?
Wait, hang on. I'm multitasking. Okay.
No, please stop now.
Okay. We're good. No, I had some people asking me what the link was to hop on. So, okay, go.
It's perfect.
So the video, just so you guys.
I'm just really excited. I want you to look straight at the screen.
It's a 3-minute video. Okay, so Susan and I made this the other night. Well, kind of. So anyway, here. This will be available for the team. Yay!
Awesome!
All done. So what's your first impression?
I got goosebumps because I couldn't see it at first. All I could hear was the music, and the music alone just, yeah. And I just want to say that's the part of being a part of this team. You guys probably worked on that. I know one night you guys were on a hangout for like 9 hours, and you're willing to give that to the team. This is what we're providing. This will be available for you for no extra cost. Like, I mean, we're going to be developing things like this all the time. You guys, it's just the beginning. It's just the tip of the iceberg, like it said. And I just want to thank you guys, you and Michael, Susan, so much for all that you do for the team. And it's just going to get better. It gets better and better every single day. And thank you for doing that. That was awesome. It is the bomb.
Yeah, it was fun to do, and we're also gonna there'll be a voice-over option as well. We'll do some split testing, maybe even tighten it up, shorten it, because sometimes they convert better if they're less than 2 minutes, so 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. But either way, these kind of videos convert way higher. So it's just a little piece of how we're helping everybody out. Something that you can add to the already customizable funnel in the back office.
Well, and
Susan knows all this stuff. I mean, she's how many hours have you spent split testing and conversions and I'm just like, I don't want to know any of that, but it's there because we have Susan. So
that's my fun time.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I like that's
right?
my playtime, my hobby.
See, and I like to do the creative stuff.
So can you see how that?
But a lot of people that are.
Yeah, it's called.
Yeah, a lot of people that are coming in don't know how to do that stuff. So yeah.
Well, and too, another thing that the team can use to leverage is like we've been working on this boot camp. We had a couple pre-recorded videos that we did. We did the first actual boot camp, and then we provide assignments, because basically when everybody's getting started online, there's really two different things that get you money. There's recruiting, right? And then there's organic traffic. And organic traffic can take, 3-4 months to actually build up and start working properly, right?
Lead. That's so, you know what you're doing.
Right, and then recruiting is a whole different thing, which you can do with Facebook, and then there's of course paid marketing as well, which is a whole different thing. So it's like, do you have money to do paid marketing, or do you need to do free? If you need to do free, then you need to do Facebook. So we've created trainings on how to do stuff free on Facebook. And if you want to do organic traffic, it's smart to know what you're doing. So that's what this boot camp is about. And if any member on the team, wherever we share that link, because it was in this same, like the team video link, the URL. But then, are we getting a new one for that specific thing, Susan?
Yes.
So, but you guys, if you're on the team, clearly, because you're here, and if you're not on the team and you're watching this and you're still watching this, then clearly you're going to join the team right now. There's a button somewhere around, get back to who sent you the video, because, you're still watching. And so you're going to just join, just do it. So,
the bootcamp link, do you want me to say it right now? It's just not, okay. It's bootcamp.topincometeam.com.
Oh, there you go. So it'd be right. So it would be that link, right? But you can promote that with your affiliate ID on the end, right? It's question mark equals to or equals then your affiliate ID, and you can promote that. And then if someone signs, you can share that value, because maybe there's a new person on here and goes, I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to do that. How do I get new people to come do stuff if I don't know how to do stuff, right? Because that's always one of the arguments when you're getting started. I don't know anything. How can I help people? You have a team that's here to help you help them. So you can share those videos, even if it's just people with businesses, right? And you're like, hey, you want some help online working on these certain things? Watch this, because we're showing how to create content, how to repurpose that content, and where to put the content so that it can get found, so they can get ranked, right? So we're doing it in bite-sized pieces, as Susan likes to say. You can promote that. You can promote this video we're doing. Like, we're doing a lot as a team to help people who might just be brand new. So it's really great. Oh, that's I just wanted to throw that out there. And if you watch the boot camp, make sure to do your assignment. And there's no one that put their assignment in yet. Just saying.
So do the assignment. And
well, you have to put a time limit. I find that with any assignment or anything like that, there has to be a time limit for the people to do it. I know Susan and I talked about that, right, Susan?
Yeah.
And we are going to be doing some other things that we're going to be implementing and doing Google Hangouts on, but we're going to implement time limits.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just fair to say, if you want to be able to promote this free boot camp as value for what your team has to offer, then you need to do this assignment, and you need to prove it to us that you've done it. Maybe we need to have a coded, like a locked kind of website that you have a code, and after you do the boot camp, then you get the code or something. I don't know. But we're going to start implementing things like that because people need to strive for things. If not, they don't put value on it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And their reward for completing this assignment, of course, there has to be incentive with any kind of expectation or assignment, and the reward for this one is they get help or critiquing or some ideas of how it could be improved on, so they get a review of the assignment.
Okay, from you and Michael. You guys review it.
So that's pretty huge.
Huh. Yeah. It's very huge. Make that like a huge part of it. This is what you get when you complete the boot camp. That's what I've learned from being online, from anything. If you want to add an incentive, it has to be something that people place value on. If it's free, for some reason people don't put value on it. It's like children too. If they, they're always given everything, they don't put value. They don't value it.
I have no problem. Susan, we could just charge everybody for it if they want to pay for it to see value.
Yeah, we could.
Right? This is what I'm saying.
I mean, they're paying to be on the team. We're providing for the team. If you guys want to learn how to do certain things to get organically found online, then why wouldn't you want to take action and start doing it? Because the thing with when Kimberly was saying only 3% make it, it's because that 3% was willing to do things that everybody else wasn't willing to do. And that's called, falling down. That's called tripping and landing on your face. That's called getting back up, brushing yourself off, and doing it again. When a baby learns how to walk, they don't just, stand up and walk and they start walking in, 4-inch stiletto heels. No. They have to they've got to scooch, and then after they're done scooching, then they maybe can stand on their hands and knees, and that's about it. Maybe then they start crawling, then they pull themselves up on the sofa and they stand up, and they might let go and they fall. And then they pull themselves up, then they might inch around the coffee table, and then you might have to hold your fingers out, right, and you're trying to help them to walk, and they're like, okay, and you're like, you can do it, you can. A baby doesn't know how to walk, and no one tells it that it can't, so it figures out how to walk. And it took a minute to figure it out. It's the same thing when you're learning online. It's a brand new skill. You're going to have to learn new things. You're going to have to reteach yourself things that you've never known. Yeah, it's like if you're not willing to do that, then that's the problem. So you just got to be willing to step out and do these things for yourself. Otherwise, you'll stay exactly where you're at.
Yeah. Like Daryl said, you're going to, are you the same place that you were last year? Because that's pretty much how it's going to happen. If you don't take action when something is put, and it's uncomfortable, sure. I know there was lots of things that were really uncomfortable for me. It was like, oh, I don't want to do it. But you do it. And after you do it, then you feel so awesome for doing it. Maybe you could get them to do a testimonial on the boot camp, what they've learned.
That's great too.
That would be awesome. Either a written testimonial or a video testimonial, whatever they're comfortable with for the group.
Right, and then you guys can.
And they get exposure.
And you can promote that too. You can promote that your own review. I mean,
yeah.
We're just giving you some stuff here. Just take it and use it. So, Susan, what's going on over there? Do you need to jet off? I know you were talking about it.
Yeah, I super do. She's been waiting for like 45 minutes for me, so I should blast. And plus, this is pretty long.
Yeah, I think we covered all the bases pretty much. And if anybody has questions, I mean, feel free to pop them into the group. Well, look through it. Susan has an Ask Questions section there. We'll bump it up to the top and make sure that if we don't have the answers, we'll get them for you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome panel. Awesome panel.
To have you. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just speaking on what an awesome panel we have. If there's anyone out there who has any questions, get at the person who invited you on this hangout. We will be happy to help you out in any way that we can. That's what we're here for. Note to self: successful people take the actions that the unsuccessful people are not willing to take. So going back to that, about that 1 year from now, when I first, come on guys, I used to work construction, and when I first got hired on the construction site, I didn't even know how to do construction. I didn't know how to use a shovel. I didn't know how to use a hammer, but I had to keep doing it over and over and over again. And finally, I learned, and I got my little raise, and I got bumped up from, using the shovel to using a hammer. And everyone was, watch out for this guy. He's got a hammer now. But I figured it out. You know what I mean?
But you got blisters and sore muscles and everything in the beginning, right?
Right.
From learning that new skill.
But I had, and thank God. So now it's the same thing with online marketing. I mean, a year from now, you're gonna wish you had started today. I mean, and you may not know it all, and
that's okay.
Just don't leave, don't quit, no matter what.
No excuses.
That's it.
That's a good wrap up. I see Jay still trying to get on. We'll make sure we get him on the next one.
What a trooper, man! He's been like 20 times.
I know, and he's awesome too. So we'll make sure, and we're having another one tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for all the audience that is watching, and thank you each and every one of you on the panel. It's always a pleasure. Tons of thought-provoking conversations we have each time. Thank you for tolerating my on-the-spot questions. It's just as the conversation is flowing, and if something comes to mind that I really think would bring some value to the audience, I like to just drop it in the bucket, and all of you did such an awesome job. So thank you very much. And we will see you all tomorrow if you make it to the Hangout, and we're going to try really hard within the next day or two to pick very regular weekly, 2 separate weekly Hangouts so that it's predictable and something that you can plan for to be here, because we're here, we're not going anywhere. It's just we've had a disorganized month and we're going to embrace it and move on.
Yeah.
So.
Move on. Keep going.
Yeah, that's right.
Ciao, guys. Thanks for showing up and spending Saturday